Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader Training Room for Wednesday, July the 5th, 2023. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July holiday. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. This type of trading carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. All right. We will take a look at the 10 a.m. crude mini session, as the crude oil inventory report is not until tomorrow this week. Tomorrow at 11. Good morning, Miles. Looks like we've got no data. Markets on soybeans still closed apparently. Last activity is at 2:20 yesterday. Actually, 2:20 Monday afternoon, and the market has not opened back up yet. Or at least I'm not getting any data from it. Crude had the short trade 23 seconds after. Unfortunately, that's a full loss of 24 tick risk, 48 tick loss, and no additional trades. So we still got two trades we can take there. Unleaded gas. Also, this is a 200 EMA trade at 901.59. Actually, our first trade, Target 1 traders go POQ on this one. It's a get in sync, but hits Target 1 for 46 ticks and a moderate partial trailer somewhere between entry and Target 1. Target 2 traders pick up just the partial, 2 positions, 196 from the entry at 213. So what, 34 ticks? If you use the 200 EMA trade, you pick up Target 2, 47 ticks, and you pick up 182 to 161 for another 21. So 68, along with our 34, 100 ticks. If you don't take that one, you take a full loss, 49 tick risk. That'll be 98 tick. So that's a 98 tick loss. We're down 64? Yeah. And the market's open now, and soybeans did open at 9:30, obviously. And bounces all the way up to there. Gap open. We have a short that doesn't trigger. We're way too far up to pick up this long. It was set up in that gap, so no trade there. Actually, our trade is right here, this add-on that hits money management, and we can pick up the trailer. So we're trailing at 68.25. and stopping out at 68.25, one and done. Yeah, plenty of time to get in sync with that long trade on soybeans. Now the YM had a get in sync that we are now long on. Crude picking up a short that looks like one tick break even, so that's trade number 2. The Russell, yeah, that one went too far too fast, so that's a no trade on the short. We now have a new short on the micro Russell. At 93.2. Went as low as 93 and triggered in now. So I said minus 64. We pick up the long, gives us a 50 tick target, so 14 ticks we need on the trailer, and obviously this trailer definitely gets us positive, so target 2 traders get positive on this trade, or on the 200 EMA trade, depending on which you use. Trade number 3 is a short on crude. Down 46. Break even trade on the Russell. We did take a full loss on pound Aussie this morning early. Very little activity on the pound Aussie this morning. Good morning, Miles. Good morning, Mark. Glad you got your coffee, Mark. Don't need to do that. So we will bring back up. That's not the one I want. There's the micro NQ. Not quite to our start time at 4 minutes after. Actually, we just hit our start time. Looking for a new trade there. YM hits money management and target 1, so that will be a one and done session. Alright, short on crude, stop on the YM now at 484. So soybeans was one and done. The YM, it will be one and done when this trade ends. 497 for the YM stop. Crude in its third trade of its last trade of the mini session. Looks like we've got a, well, no, we're not going to, are we going to get above the balance line? Low is at 54.9. The balance line is at 62.5. We're going to get just over the balance line. So it looks like we're likely to get a long trade here. And there it is. That's right at the 66, right at the 50 EMA. I would push that up to 67 at least. And triggering in. All right, the YM stops out at 508 from our entry at 472, so 36 ticks on the trailer, 33 on target, 69 ticks on the morning, and one and done. And crude picking up a target 1 for 18 ticks and 1 tick on the trailer. 19 ticks, we were down 46, so that puts us 27 negative on the morning. On the 9 a.m. session. And with the adjusted entry, the pound Aussie actually has not entered the trade yet. Russell with a new short. And crude is done. 27 tick net loss this morning for the 9 a.m. session. And another break-even trade on the Russell. That's 2 break-evens. Spike going back and knocking us out. Major key level adjustment, so that's a couple of tick loss. And it did occur before we hit target 3. Micro NQ off to the races, but we're not in this trade. Set up too early. In fact, it set up almost 19 minutes before our start time. So POQ on unleaded, losing mini session on crude, and a long trade on the micro Russell. See if we can extend to some targets here. One and done on the YM and soybeans. And a full loss on the Russell. 2 break-evens and a loss. And down to the Russell, the micro NQ, and the pound Aussie. Fairly quick work of the morning so far. Less than 15 minutes in. And short on the micro Russell. Russell down near its session lows. Micro NQ continuing up through session highs. And the YM bounced off a session low about 9:10 this morning. That we took advantage of for our get in sync trade. Got us POQ on one trade this morning on the YM. Came back, tested the 50 and is hanging around the 50 EMA. So the Russell seems to be the laggard at the moment. YM attempting to move upward. Micro NQ definitely moving strongly upward. And we did get an entry into the pound Aussie. And the micro Russell getting us money management. This will be at least a third break even. See if it continues down, setting new session lows. YM back at the 50 EMA. See if it will break back down below the 50. And the Russell stops out for a break even. Pound Aussie definitely triggered in. 1 pip adjustment around the 50 EMA. And the YM looks like it's breaking down below the 50 EMA. As the Russell looks like it's moving up. So the Russell with a long trade, I don't like that, but that is the next trade. Micro NQ and the YM with them showing a small pullback. Russell did trigger into the long, and looks like it's going to give us a full stop out there. Yeah, too far to have adjusted or make an adjustment there, unfortunately. Micro NQ pulling back toward the trailing stop on this trade. And that's not nice. The Russell now pushing up after handing us a full loss. Didn't close that bar down after all. Ended up going higher. Now testing the 50 EMA again. And the YM back up above the 50 EMA. YM setting a new swing high there. But not able to sustain that, it doesn't look like. So this could portend to move downward. We will see. Micro NQ stopping out of the pre-market of our early trade. That was too early for us to take. And Micro Russell, unfortunately, hitting the stop and then running to target. So that one was unfortunate. Pound Aussie trying to get its feet under it. Push through the 50 now. We'll see if it can push on up to the session high. Our money management is just below the session high. Target just above it. 0.84.4. Short trade on the micro NQ. I didn't see how quickly that pushed down through it. Push 3 ticks through the entry. I'm going to hold my entry there. If I would hold the entry there. You could possibly move your entry down 1 point. Get a tick beyond that spike if you're not already in it. And the YM testing the 200 EMA. Rejected initially, it looks like. And a full stop. Well, I would say that's a get in sync trade anyway. So that's I'm going to assume a no trade there. Well, let's go ahead and put a vertical line there and then make it a 4-second chart. Right down here, 4. At 8 seconds, it's back up here. And then went up. So I would say that one was not tradable. We did have an excursion down through the entry between 4 and 8. So depends on how fast you can get your trades in. That's either a no trade or a full loss. And we'll delete that one and go back to the original chart. And the pound Aussie approaching money management. And that looks like money management to me. Bring your stop up. And we haven't gotten through the session high yet. Target is at 85.0, and we've gotten as high as 84.3. So within a pip of target. See if we can push through that swing high, which is also the session high. Short trade on the Russell. This is a bigger trade than normal trade. We'll take profit at target 2. Big wick on this one. Looks like we got, yeah, we set a new session high by 2 ticks. Still 4 ticks from target. Yeah, this is getting close to take profit. And there is target. So this we won't necessarily be one and done. We had a, woo. We had a 32 pip risk on that last trade times 5 positions, 160 pips. 160 pip loss. That's a tough one. But this one we just got back 19. And we're getting a cancel. The short trade on the Russell has not triggered in. So it's still valid even though we've touched the stop, but it looks like we're going to get a crossover and a long trade coming out of this. There's the long actually the long trade set up. Yeah, there's a long, so we're in the long as I was looking at it. $10 a.m. crude session. Nothing new yet. Squeeze zone trade to the long side, filtered out. Russell with money management, that was after the spike down, so we're still in the trade. Micro NQ with a long trade. I would take that up to 96 flat above the session high, but you're still triggered in. Short trade on crude. Small one. Actionable target is target 3, so targets 3 and 4. Micro Russell moving up. Micro Russell target 3, so that's a win on trade number. Let's see where we were. Yeah, that was our. That one was too fast. So we go break even 1, break even 2, full loss for 3, break even for 4, full loss for 5. And trade number 6 is a win. This is the last trade of the session. And a second full loss. Actually, that's our first full loss on the Micro NQ. Pound Aussie up to 906.9 for the stop. Starting to trail now. And Russell stopping out, so target 3 and a 1 tick trail for the remaining 2 positions there. So our only active trade at the moment. Actually, let's see, the short on crude canceled. So our only active trade at the moment is Pound Aussie. Micro Russell is complete. We've got up to 5 trades to go on the Micro NQ. Although no faster than Micro NQ is moving, unlikely we'll stay in here that long. Long trade on crude. $71.72. Looking for target at 87. 15 ticks to target 1. And the pound Aussie stops out. So we will look for our next trade there. Money management on crude. And target 1. So 15 ticks in hand on crude. Stop at 71.73. 10 a.m. mini session. Will be one and done. So net on the morning now, with 2 sessions so far, we're down 12. Target 2 is at 96. That'll be 24 ticks, so that would put us up 12. If we can get there. Market's just kind of sluggish this morning. And the YM breaking down again well below the 50 EMA. Micro NQ showing a pullback, but not fully committed to it yet. And similar situation in the Russell, not committed to a downward move, but showing signs that it may want to go that way. And we have a short trade on the Micro NQ, trade number 2. Triggering in. And crude stopping out. One and done session. 16 ticks. So leaves us down $11. for the morning on the 2 sessions. Short trade on the pound Aussie. Pound Aussie short trade triggering in. Micro NQ approaching the stop, and this is at this point a get in sync as it spiked through just in a couple of seconds. Long trade on the micro NQ. And that just went through the entry, so I would say that one we should be in. 95.25. Yeah, it's definitely possible that the market is a little slow this morning because not so much that traders are hung over from the 4th, but there are probably a lot of traders that are off for the week. And the micro NQ deciding it's going to take a solid move up, but looks like it's going to pause. Target at 1175. We have to hit one tick from money management. Given the character of this market this morning, I am inclined to go ahead and bring my stop to break even. Bring it to 95.50, and we go on in to get money management after all. So stop to 95.50. So far, both shorts were avoidable. Full loss on the first long. This one is going to be at least a break even. Definitely a sluggish morning in the market. Pretty much all of the markets except, well, we had the initial spike on the YM that we managed to get in sync with that trade and get in and out for a one and done. Micro NQ also had a strong initial up move. That one we were not able to get involved with. In the summertime doldrums, it looks like. Or at least day after the holiday. And just complete slowdown here. Micro Russell getting off a winner, but we are done in that market. Pound Aussie taking a little bit of heat. Micro NQ just not sure. Crude with a long setup, but we're not taking that because we are done on the crude session, crude mini session. All right, looks like we're not very strong this morning with the 10Ds, so things are about as slow as they can get, and we're down to just 2 markets remaining, and they tend to be pretty slow markets. So I am going to, unless there are questions, I'm going to wrap it up for today. We'll be back at 9:30 tomorrow for our regular Thursday session, and then 11 a.m. tomorrow for crude oil inventory session. Talk to everybody next session. See you tomorrow. I don't see anybody. All right, Mark. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow, Miles. Everybody have a good one. Until tomorrow.